So we are back in T-Pose Am Jesus Christ. We've been playing about 15 hours this game. And I was just thinking about how the game portrays the so-called cleansing of the temple, which was really the polluting of the temple. And it does it twice. Instead of like choosing, because John presents the event early in John chapter 2, whereas the other Gospels present the event later in Jesus' so-called ministry. Um, so what they do instead of choosing one or the other, is they present the event twice in the game, which seems kind of silly because, one, it takes away from the uniqueness of the event by suggesting that it actually happened twice. Two, it shows it makes your Jesus look like an insane person, because if it didn't work the first time, why would you think it would work the second? And as I was thinking about that, it occurred to me, when they cite the words, "You have made my father's house a den of thieves or robbers," Jesus is actually the one engaging in the theft by loosing the doves owned by whoever owns them there in the court of the Gentiles. He's releasing them, letting them escape, and these doves are someone's property. That's theft. And then, by loosing the lambs or sheep and the kid goats, he's mixing up everybody's livestock so that it's going to create all kinds of court cases where one guy's saying, "That's my goat," and another guy's saying, "No, that's my goat." So he's just creating anarchy. He's not like demonstrating any kind of holiness in that. He's creating anarchy. And then the overturning of the money changers' tables, those coins all getting mixed one with another, so that it becomes unclear really how much uh, coinage one money changer had versus another. It's just, and then it's really hood rat behavior. It's exactly what you see these uh, mobs of looters, these flash mobs of looters doing, going into a store and just turning over shelves and uh, setting products basically loose into the community without being paid for. But yet, the Gentile reader is like, "Ooh, wow, Jesus is such a badass. He's showing those people who's boss." And like the complaint that they have the NPCs in this game saying that, "Oh, you've turned this place into a den of robbers." Why is this rock moving here? The rock is moving in relation to the background. Is it going to move back? That's weird. So yeah, it portrays the NPCs in the temple as saying, that they've turned this place into a den of thieves. Yeah, now the rock is moving back. That's strange. Oh, it's because it's zooming in and out. I got it now. So, but the thing is like, when you make the pilgrimage to Jerusalem, you can bring your own animals, and in fact, that's the way the Torah reads: is you bring your own animals for for the Passover, I believe, and for offerings, you can bring your own animals as long as they're without blemish. But there are people evidently showing up and without animals, and so then they have to buy one if they want to make the offering, and the merchant, sets a price, and the person can either pay it or not. The merchant is under no obligation to give people free animals to make offerings with. So, like, if you agree to the price, how are you then calling the merchant a thief? You paid for the item. Or if you say, well, their prices are outrageous, well, then why didn't you bring an animal like the Torah says? Why didn't you bring one yourself? Or purchase it from some other merchant who was selling unblemished animals? There's no thievery going on there. There's a simple exchange of property. So it's just Gentile baloney. It's just an analogy, or not even a metaphor, really, an analogy of Titus and his legions desecrating the temple by entering it and causing all this destruction and murder. It's just another example of how we can see that this Jesus of the New Testament is really a literary disguise for Titus Dove Flavius, the son of Vespasian. Anyway, let's continue. Silence before the storm. Approach the cave entrance. What's going on? Is my game gonna crash here?
Yes, Rabbi?
Oh, now it's over here? Let me check the map, see what's going on. So, you need to exit and then go through the cemetery. Where am I right now? I'm right here. So, if I follow the wall to the left, there's an exit there and I can take that. So was there no curfew? Have to go around this, I guess. I heard a chicken. Oh, we got a bunch of KFCs over here.
I need to buy fresh bread.
No
man from our family.
Here we go. You guys catching up? Let's get a head count for this field trip. I think we're missing some people. Where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're missing 4. Where are they? Whatever. Guys not following me? What was it? They're all
I
here
hope we're
now?
going in the right direction.
Don't complain. Over there, on the left, you can see the olive trees that grow only on this part of the slope.
That dude's voice has changed.
Yes, it seems you're right. We've finally made it. Good thing we walked with him.
It's like the AI assumed because he was talking about olive trees that he must be Italian. You're tired, aren't you? We've covered quite a distance from the city. Not that far, really.
Master, is it still far? I thought we would stop lower down.
Stop being a little bitch. Golly. In fact, we're already here. Well, that's
Here?
different from not
You're
much
leading
farther.
us to this cave?
Yes, this part of the Mount of Olives is quieter than the gardens themselves. Few people come here. Go inside, we'll rest there.
Looks like a place that has offered shelter often. You can even tell someone once slept here.
That's good. If shepherds have used this grotto, then it must be safe.
And will we stay here long, Master?
Only as long as needed.
It's cooler inside than outside. It's a good place.
Yes?
What are you doing in here, James? What the hell is this?
It really is quieter here than outside. You can't even hear the wind.
You can tell shepherds
I
sometimes
can
sleep
hear
here.
the wind.
The stones have been worn smooth. You can even see a few blankets that were left behind.
Wow, that's great.
It's a good place to rest, Master.
Glad you guys are focusing on the important things. Lay out your places here. Rest. The night will be long.
Master, will you rest as well? We've walked all the way from the city without a break.
Oh my gosh! Just go to sleep. Stop being a little bitch. I will rest when time comes. For now, I must pray.
Do you want us to pray with you?
Yes, but not all of you. Peter, James, John.
Yes, Master?
We're coming with you.
We'll be back soon.
Oh my gosh. Stay here, my beloved friends, while we go and pray.
May the Master have strength, whatever awaits him.
We'll keep watch here. He knows what he's doing.
The shadow of Gethsemane. You're jamming me, John.
Master, do you want to pray here, by the fire?
Farther still, Peter. There where the trees grow thicker. You know this place.
Is everything all right, Lord?
Oh my gosh. Stop being such little women! My soul is deeply troubled, even to the point of death.
Master, is there anything we can do to help?
There is one thing. Stay here and keep watch.
All right, Master. We will keep watch. I promise I won't close my eyes.
Tonight will test many. I do not say this to accuse you, but so you understand how important prayer is.
Master, you know what's going to happen, don't you?
The hour has come. My betrayer has already set out, and this place he has known for a long time.
Is that why you want us to keep watch? So can we warn you if they come?
So we can warn you if they come. Keep watch not only for my sake. Keep watch so that you yourselves do not fall into temptation. Where's the temptation? Where are the girls? Sit here. Wait for me. I will go and
Lord.
pray to the
We
Father.
will keep watch.
Jesus walked away from his disciples, deeper into the garden, where the olive trees grew denser and the moonlight barely pierced through their leaves.
Not
When he
this
was about a
again.
stone's throw away from Peter, James, and John, he fell to his knees, and then to his face. There, in solitude, in struggle, he began to pray.
Really? So you're going to turn Gethsemane into hell? The abyss of the soul, venture deeper into the vision in the olive grove? What is this shit? This isn't in the Gospels. How am I supposed to get there? Look how the serpent is like all over Jerusalem. That's real nice. What is this?
And again you fight, Son of Man. Does it never tire you?
Look at them. Are you afraid? This is only an echo of what truly awaits you. The whips that will tear your flesh. Do you really want to go through this for them?
Got you, bitch.
No one will appreciate it. No one will understand. People will forget as quickly as they always do. One step back, and it's all over. One step, And yet you could have the kingdoms of the world if only you wanted.
Are you afraid, Jesus? 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 Are you afraid, Jesus?
This was... I don't recall anything like this from the Garden of Gethsemane.
Jesus prayed, and his voice trembled, as if the very words wounded him more deeply than anything that was about to come. My Father, if it is possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will.
What is that gate? That's not in the Gospels. The labyrinth of temptation? Are you
power
serious?
you cannot break with a single word. They will not yield. They will not step back.
There is nothing in the Gospels that suggests that Jesus was concerned in any respect about Rome. Why not? Because Jesus is Titus Flavius, the son of the emperor. Rome was in his pocket. All his concerns are about the Jews and the Pharisees, how hypocritical and evil they supposedly are, and the Sadducees and the scribes, and just about any aspect of Jewish culture. But he's got zero to say about Rome. Furthermore, this prayer, remove this cup from me, but not my will, your will be done. The cup is, I believe, Jerusalem, because Jerusalem was holding all of these pilgrims that were there for the Passover, and I believe Jerusalem is also likened in at least one place onto a wine press, so that all of these people are the grapes, and that Titus and his forces come in to stomp on and crush the grapes and make wine out of them, and wine being a symbol of wrath or blood. So Jerusalem with its walls is like one big cup, and he's saying, please, I don't want to have to lay siege to Jerusalem. Nevertheless, not my will, but your will, yours, Vespasian's will be done, because it was Vespasian's will that Titus would complete the military campaign against the Jewish people in Galilee and in Judea. So, anyway, we'll continue. The heck? Keep your distance from the guards. If you lose all faith, you will return to the start.
You know their brutality. You've seen their executions. And yet you walk straight into their hands. Why?
Why would I lose faith? Supposed to go this way now?
Walk straight ahead!
This hasn't even started yet.
Do you think your disciples will stand by you? Do you see any of them here? No, they have already fled in their hearts.
Is that supposed to be Rome or Satan? Anyway, this procession, it's not in the Gospels. The actual procession where he's carrying the cross doesn't happen until after he goes to various Roman puppets and representatives. This is supposed to be like a mini game, I guess, but it doesn't. It's
surrender.
Really,
you can still walk away.
Really
walking.
Really lame
still
gameplay.
Live.
Oh man, I'm losing lots of faith when the guards hit me. This is just dumb. I mean, is this like something from the Last Temptation of Christ?
Just speak the word.
I haven't seen that movie.
And legions of angels will crush this world to dust. Why are you silent?
Whatever, that was dumb and weird.
Jesus prayed a second time. His steps were heavier than before, as if every movement demanded great effort. He lifted his gaze toward heaven, and the words flowed from his heart like a bitter truth that must be accepted. My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done.
That's the same thing he said in the first time. I can't pray here, evidently, in order to increase my faith points.
This is how your end will look. Wood, nails, shame.
So what?
And the loneliness that no human has ever dreamed of.
Am I supposed to jump down there? This is just unbiblical malarkey. It's not even biblical by a Christian standard. What? Did I take a wrong turn? Leap across the chasm? Are you frickin' serious? This isn't Indiana Jones. How do we even get there? Oh, on this side? This is dumb.
Does your father really condemn you to this? To this? To a pain that even your beloved cannot bear to look upon?
Such contrived garbage. This is like the Mines of Moria or something.
And when you hang, they will mock you. They will say, "Come down from the cross if you are the Son of God." That is what they will say.
Why are you...
That is how they will laugh.
Just shut the F up. Why are you ruining the narrative by exposing it ahead of its time?
think you can still withdraw. You can still step off this path.
You know, let me stop a second. This is one of the things that gets me about Christians. They get their rocks off on Satanism and, like, writing from the perspective of Satan. Like C.S. Lewis said, he used to have to really plunge into real spiritual darkness in order to write the Screw Tape Letters. They just get off on Satan because, like, Satan to them is the opponent that lends credibility to their position, supposedly being that of righteousness and holiness and God's way, right? Without Satan, it would be, I think, a lot more obvious that it was Christianity that is the actual apostasy from God's way, the path, the Torah. But if you've got this little supernatural boogeyman, you can always use like a hand puppet to act like the bad guy. You know, it's like a religious good cop, bad cop. You've got your Satan bad cop over here, and then you've got your buddy Christ on the other hand, saying all the stuff that you want people to believe. Because obviously, if the bad guy is opposing him, he must be the good guy. It never occurs to anyone that the bad guy Satan and the buddy Christ are both the bad guy.
Takes is not going further. No one will find you here. No one can force you.
They take a wrong turn somewhere. Well, I did say this is a labyrinth. Is there a map here? Must be almost there.
Do not do this, Yeshua. Not for this humanity.
Are you kidding me?
They're not worth it. Leave them. Leave and come with me.
That's the first time they've said Yeshua in this whole game. And really? These spikes did that to me? And yeah, that's curious. It's like they're trying to lend some credibility to the Messianic movement. Why didn't you just say Yeshua the whole darn time? Like, what are you trying to say, that, like, Satan uses the name Yeshua because he's evil, so then Messianics are more evil than Orthodox Christians who say Jesus, even though the hard J sound isn't found in either Hebrew or Greek or Aramaic?
For the third time, Jesus paused among the olive trees. His face looked more exhausted, and his eyes were filled with tears. And yet, in his gaze, one could see a new strength, a certainty that the hour had come. My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done.
For the third time. That was all so much crap, yet I get a Steam achievement for it. And I still can't pray. So I guess these thorns are supposed to be the thorns and the crown on his head. And the crosses, of course, are the crucifixion. Oh, Chick Angel again.
Lord, you are not alone.
I have seen everything, the darkness, the beating, the crosses, even the nails. How can I endure this, Angel? He already acted like he had foreknowledge of this through his whole
You do
ministry.
not face this alone. Father sees your pain and knows every moment of this struggle.
Who, Father Vespasian? My soul is deeply troubled, even to death, and my disciples, they sleep. Well, you kind of told some of them to sleep.
Have faith, not doubt. Your spirit is willing, and you do not walk alone. Father is with you, guiding each step toward redemption.
Or into apostasy. Father, if this is your will, let it be done. So it's like the 4th time you said that. Wonder why they went with chick angels. Oh, I get it. Charlie's Angels, right? Which one was that? Was that Jack? It sounded like Jacqueline Smith.
Did we really fall asleep?
Who cares? What does it matter? Simon, are you sleeping? Could you not watch for 1 hour?
No, Master. I wasn't sleeping.
Spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Lord, I did not mean to fall asleep.
We suddenly became so tired.
Prayer, it was so heavy.
I know, but now you must remain with me, even if the hour is difficult. Watching is an expression of love and faithfulness. The hour is coming, but Father is with me. Are we seriously going to go over this passage now, after you did all that?
Then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to them, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me."
Just as he was speaking, Judas, one of the 12, appeared. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. "The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard." Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, "Rabbi," and kissed him. The men seized Jesus and arrested him. Then one of those standing near drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear.
Jesus commanded Peter, "Put your sword away. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?"
Judas had come with a band of soldiers and temple officers, carrying lanterns, torches, and weapons. At the moment of arrest, the disciples fled, as it had been foretold. The shepherd would be struck, and the sheep scattered. Yet Peter and another disciple followed at a distance.
So, where are we going now?
Take him to Annas. I've got my payment to collect.
Ours too? We didn't follow you for free.
Better sort it out with the priests. Everyone was supposed to come back with both ears.
Whatever's between me and them is none of your business, Judean. But the one back there doesn't look cheap.
They're paying as if he were an ordinary slave.
I thought they'd value him higher.
I didn't expect it to look like this. That as if he were waiting.
He's always waiting, always knowing, always seeing. And because of that, this has to end.
I saw him heal the man who came for him.
You saw it, and you're still dragging him along. We have to go.
We're going.
I'm just asking. Why?
Why? Because it has to be done. I thought he'd finally do what everyone who sways a crowd promises to do, and now he has to face the consequences.
That isn't an answer.
It's the only one I have.
But why did you hand him over?
None of this
He looks
is in
like
the
he's
Gospels.
already forgiven you before anything's even begun.
It's politics. You don't have to understand.
Too close! You hide behind politics the same way you hide behind, I have to. I don't think you fully know what you've done.
Faster. There's no time.
It was night, deep night, after the supper during the Passover
Step
feast.
back!
Jerusalem was crowded with pilgrims, and in many houses, prayers and remembrance of the Exodus still lingered in the air. From the Garden of Gethsemane, near the Mount of Olives, Jesus of Nazareth was led away, bound.
The city is full of people. It's always like this at Passover.
That's why we take the side streets. If someone recognizes him, there'll be chaos.
Is that him? The one who taught in the temple?
Keep your distance.
The very same. A Galilean. Everyone talks about him.
Some say he's a prophet.
And others, the Messiah.
That's why he can't walk freely.
This man you are leading, is that Jesus?
Step aside and stay out of our business, or we'll take you along the same way.
Jesus was taken first to Annas, the former high priest and father-in-law of Caiaphas, whose influence among the priests remained strong. The courtyard of the high priest's house was lit. Servants and guards gathered in the night air. And so the first questioning began, only the beginning of that long night.
We have brought Jesus of Nazareth.
Bring this man closer. Let him stand before me.
Bring
At your
this
command.
man closer.
So you are the one the people speak of. I ask you about your disciples and about your teaching.
I have spoken openly to the world. I have always taught in the synagogues and the temple where all Jews gather. I said nothing in secret.
Yet crowds followed him. He spoke words that moved ordinary people.
Then speak here. Say what you taught.
Why do you question me? So, the high priest of Israel is also called anointed, or the Mashiach. Maybe not the Mashiach, but they are considered a Mashiach, because they're an anointed one. The high priests of Israel are. So, you know, if Jesus is the anointed one, then he should have some respect to another anointed one. Why do you question me? Ask those who heard me what I said. They know what I said. Sounds like he's someone who's trying to dodge.
That is evading the answer.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this how you answer the high priest?
Enough.
If I said wrong, prove what was wrong. If I spoke rightly, why do you strike me? No one struck you yet.
He does not answer as a guilty man.
No decision will be made here. His case is too serious. Bind him and send him to Caiaphas.
Did you hear the high priest? Let's move. To Caiaphas, quickly, before anyone notices.
Got all my faith points back.
Can't even walk straight?
Who goes there at this hour? Why in such haste?
It is Jesus of Nazareth, brought from high priest.
Much has been said of his teaching. Did he truly draw such a crowd?
Your distance. Move. Keep your distance.
From Annas, Jesus was sent, still bound, to Caiaphas, where the chief priests and elders were assembling. Inside, they sought testimony and questioned him. Outside, in the courtyard, Peter stood among the servants and guards, warming himself by the fire, while the night pressed on toward the cockcrow.
Stand before the council, Jesus of Nazareth. We have heard many things spoken about you. You teach openly among the people. You speak in synagogues and in the temple. Tell us plainly, what do you teach?
Bring witnesses who can speak against him.
We heard him say he would destroy the temple.
No.
Yeah, that's Titus.
He said he would rebuild it in 3 days.
Did he really say such things? Incredible that the crowd listened.
Their testimony does not agree.
Is it true that he speaks so openly about his authority? Do you have other witnesses?
We heard him teach in the synagogues and the temple. Many believed in him.
We must know if he claims to be God. We cannot let this go unchecked.
I swear before God we will now hear the truth. Are you the Messiah, the Son of God?
We'll see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of power and coming with the clouds of heaven. That's Titus.
Blasphemy! Why do we still need witnesses?
You all heard his words. He places himself beside the Most High.
You have heard it yourselves.
Titus and
He has
Vespasian.
spoken against heaven.
By our law, he deserves death. But we have no authority to carry it out.
Take him away. At dawn, bring him to the governor.
To Pontius Pilate. Keep him bound.
Wait. I reckon.
Let him be punished!
I saw you with the one seized.
You are
Let
with
him
this
suffer
Jesus
for
of
his
Nazareth,
lies.
aren't
No,
you?
it's not true. I do not know this man.
Surely you were with him in the
Get
garden.
out of our town!
Isn't he your master?
No, I was not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, now I recognize him too. You were with the seized one. Tell the
No,
truth.
I do not know this man.
Throw at him!
Then the Jewish leaders took Jesus from Caiaphas to the palace of the Roman governor. By now it was early morning, and to avoid ceremonial uncleanness, they did not enter the palace, because they wanted to be able to eat the Passover.
Then the whole assembly rose and led him off to Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, "We have found this man subverting our nation. He opposes payment of taxes to Caesar and claims to be Messiah, a king." So Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" "You have said so," Jesus replied. Then Pilate announced to the chief priests and the crowd, "You brought me this man as one who is inciting the people to rebellion. I have examined him in your presence and have found no basis for your charges against him. Neither has Herod,
For he sent him back to us. As you can see, he has done nothing to deserve death. Therefore I will punish him and then release him.
See, this is whitewashing the Romans.
Now it was the governor's custom at the festival to release a prisoner chosen by the crowd. At that time they had a well-known prisoner whose name was Jesus Barabbas. So when the crowd had gathered, Pilate asked them, "Which one do you want me to release to you, Jesus Barabbas or Jesus who is called the Messiah?" For he knew it was out of self-interest that they had handed Jesus over to him. "Don't have anything to do with that innocent man, for I have suffered a great deal today in a dream because of him." But the chief priests and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas and to have Jesus executed. "Which of the two do you want me to release to you?" asked the governor. "Barabbas," they answered. "What shall I do then with Jesus who is called the Messiah?" Pilate asked. Then they answered, "Crucify him." "Why? What crime has he committed?" asked Pilate. But they shouted all the louder, "Crucify him!" When Pilate saw that he was getting nowhere, but that instead an uproar was starting, he took water and washed his hands in front of the crowd. "I am innocent of this man's blood," he said. "It is your responsibility." All the people answered, "His blood is on us and on our children." Then he released Barabbas to them. Then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged. The soldier twisted together a crown of thorns and put it on his head. They clothed him in a purple robe and went up to him again and again, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they slapped him in the face. Once more Pilate came out and said to the Jews gathered there, "Look, I am bringing him out to you to let you know that I find no basis for a charge against him." When Jesus came out wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe, Pilate said to them, "Here is the man!" As soon as the chief priests and their officials saw him, they shouted, "Crucify! Crucify!" But Pilate answered, "You take him and crucify him." The Jewish leaders insisted, "We have a law, and according to that law he must die because he claimed to be the Son of God." When Pilate heard this, he was even more afraid, and he went back inside the palace. He asked Jesus, "Where do you come from?" But Jesus gave him no answer. "Do you refuse to speak to me?" Pilate said. "Don't you realize I have power either to free you or to crucify you?" Jesus answered, "You would have no power over me if it were not given to you from above. Therefore, the one who handed me over to you is guilty of a greater sin." From then on, Pilate tried to set Jesus free, but the Jewish leaders kept shouting, "If you let this man go, you are no friend of Caesar. Anyone who claims to be a king opposes Caesar." When Pilate heard this, he brought Jesus out and sat down on the judge's seat at a place known as the Stone Pavement, which in Aramaic is Gabbatha. It was the day of preparation of the Passover. It was about noon. Pilate said to the Jews, "Here is your king." But they shouted, "Take him away! Take him away! Crucify him!" "Shall I crucify your king?" Pilate asked. "We have no king but Caesar," the chief priests answered.
Bring the cross and put it on him. Heavy? Good. You got a long road ahead, but a son of God can manage, right? You two, get him moving, and let's get it over with. Rest of you, keep the crowd under control.
So that whole narrative there was trying to whitewash the Romans and then implicate the Jews, and so that you even have them saying, "His blood be upon us and our children," which is ridiculous. Then the Romans even put a crown on his head and a purple cloak on him, which, if that doesn't scream to you when Pilate says, "Behold the man," he's saying, "Look, the man. This is Titus Flavius. This is not some itinerant Jewish rabbi of peace who had as yet done nothing to prove that he was the Messiah. Then, when the Jews are portrayed as saying, we have no king but Caesar, that was an actual historical reality. Jesus had not done anything to prove that he was the king. And at that period in time in the first century, the Jews didn't have any king. So they were just being truthful and honest and saying, well, we don't have any king but Caesar. Because the Romans were occupying the place. So, that's the whole issue of when self-rule would return to the Jewish people so that they would have a king. That question's brought up in the Gospels, and it hasn't happened yet. Jesus was not that king, as evidenced by the fact that he is in Roman custody and about to be put to death by the Romans. That's not a king. That's a criminal. But it's all a narrative. This Jesus Christos of the Gospels is just a construction. It's a literary disguise for the things that Titus Flavius actually did with his legions in the late 60s and early 70s AD. And these Gospels are dated to that time period, but then they're supposedly telling you about events that happened almost 40 years before. And like all four of these Gospels start showing up that late, yet these events, supposedly had eyewitnesses back in the 30s, but none of those eyewitnesses wrote anything down to tell anybody about what happened. That's how earth-shaking these events were, that no one recorded anything for almost 40 years to tell you about what happened, because nothing happened back then. It's just retroactive prophecy writing, so that the things that Titus and his legions did would seem like the fulfillment of prophecies that were uttered back in the 30s, but nothing was uttered back in the 30s. This literature was written in the 70s and later, and then the prophecies were written retroactively. So I'm going to stop here.